Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel we discuss things like self-love and the importance of it, and little tips and tricks that can help make your journey easier along the way, as well as different product reviews and things like that potentially could actually help you love yourself more by embracing your unique qualities, like things like curly hair or big eyebrows or whatever they may be. So in today's video, I am going to go through self-love and the 5 things that I wish that I could go back and tell my younger self. Now, these tips are going to be perfect for anybody who is just starting off on their self-love journey, and maybe they're hitting some bumps along the way and really wondering whether or not everything is working and it's actually, they're doing things correctly. I'm coming here with my lovely Buddha, the Buddha of inspiration. This is my favorite painting, and this is where I like do yoga and stuff in front of because it just brings me so much joy. Okay, back to today's video. So on today's video, like I said, we are going to go through the 5 things that I wish that I could go back and tell my younger self. About self-love and self-development and the growth process that goes on during your kind of awakening into self-love. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do make sure that you hit that subscribe button down there, as well as that lovely little bell notification, and that will just keep you up to date every time I post a new video. Also too, if you want more content like this, do leave some comments in the comments below. I would love to hear from all of you. And now, without further ado, let's get on to today's video. Number 1 thing that I wish that I could go back and tell my younger self about self-love is that self-love is an inside job. And I know that this might sound a little bit redundant. I'm sure that we have all heard this 1,000 times over from all different sources, you know, television, motivational speakers, our parents even perhaps, but it is so true. Self-love is an inside job. Now, the reason it's an inside job is because you can go your entire life looking for somebody else to just give you love and assume that if somebody else gives you love, you're going to learn to love yourself. If someone else can love your curly hair, you're going to learn to love your curly hair. If somebody else can love the way that you view, you know, religion or science or anything like that, then all of a sudden you will magically love that about yourself as well. Truth be told, in all of this, it does not matter what anybody else thinks of our beliefs or of ourselves, of our looks, anything like that. Because if we don't love ourselves, it's like we have earplugs in. We don't actually feel the emotion behind the things that those other people are saying to us. It's almost like we're incapable of actually absorbing it because we don't feel worthy of what it is that they're trying to give us. A really good example for me was the fact that I was a huge giver, and I always assumed that if I gave love, I would get love in return, and that eventually it would just be like this big love bubble and everything would be perfect. The only thing about that was that I kept giving love and I kept trying to figure out how all these other people needed to be loved, but I wasn't telling them how I needed to be loved, or the fact that when they gave me gratitude, I wouldn't accept that gratitude for what it was that I had given them. It was again like I had earplugs on and I couldn't actually absorb the gratitude that they were trying to give me because I didn't think I was worthy of that gratitude that they were trying to give me. So it wasn't until I really got rid of everybody else and everybody else's words and opinions and all of that from my mind and really started to focus on the things that I needed for feeling love. And I guess there's a lot of psychologists, they call this like your love language. And it's a really good topic that they talk about with relationships, but it's good to know your own love language for yourself. Know how you see love, how you feel love, and that way you're able to express that outwards to other people as well as give that to yourself. And also know that you're not gonna feel whole and complete by somebody else telling you, hey, I make you whole and complete. You really need to make yourself whole and complete without that other person. So, number 1 tip, self-love is an inside job. Number 2 tip is to have patience. I cannot stress this enough. Have patience with yourself. It didn't take you 5 seconds to get lost in this journey and to develop hateful things that you say to yourself. So don't expect it to take only 5 seconds to train your subconscious to believe something else. Be patient. You can do this. You're awesome. You deserve to love yourself, and just stay focused on that. Number 3, if I could count and put the right fingers up there, number 3 tip would kind of goes along with the second tip, and that is to be gentle with yourself. You're going through a lot of changes in your self-love journey, especially when you're at the very, very beginning. I know for myself, I personally, I was beating myself up. I felt like I should have been going through steps faster and just feeling better a lot quicker. And so I started to beat myself up. I started to wonder, am I doing this right? Is there something I'm not facing? And it actually kind of set me back, because then I was telling myself a lot of negative self-talk and really putting myself down, just because I was learning, I was growing. You're just learning how to love yourself. And you need to look at that as no different than a child learning how to walk. You're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, and that is totally okay. It's completely natural. Just know that the best thing you can do in that time period is to pick yourself up. Acknowledge whatever it was that made you stumble, made you fall. Acknowledge that, let it be there, and then let it go. And don't, I always try and tell people, don't hold on to those things that made you stumble and fall and feel ownership to them, and feel that full emotion, because when you feel the full emotion of whatever made you stumble and fall, and you continue to bring that emotion up over and over and over again, you are setting that back into your subconscious brain that this is important and you need to remember this, and that this is something that you still need present in your life. But if it's something that you don't need present in your life, if it's something that no longer resonates with you, no longer serves you, then just allow it to be there. Recognize the fact that this was there, this hurt you, this brought about negative emotion. So recognize it, feel what it feels like, but then just let it go. Just let it go. It's not yours anymore. It's in the past. It ain't yours anymore. You don't need to keep repeating that cycle. Okay, 4th thing that I wish I could go back and tell my younger self about self-love would be that you are going to lose people on this journey. This was the hardest thing for me to accept, the absolute hardest thing. But at the same time, I know I say that the most important thing, everything in these top 5 are super important to me. But once I realized this, it really, really changed everything for me. So all of us have energy. We are energy. We have a frequency that we put off because we are energy. This is a scientific fact. When we resonate or we are kind of drawn to somebody, we're typically drawn to them because they have a similar energy or a similar focus in their life as we do. They might have been raised a similar way as us. Maybe we both went through seeing our parents get divorced, or maybe most of us had abusive relationships, or whatever it may be. There's typically a reason how come you are drawn to those people. But as you start to love yourself, as you start to work through all the things that caused you pain or caused you doubt or inadequacies, not feeling worthy, as you start to shed those layers, your vibration, your energy is going to change. You're no longer going to need to hold on to those things that hurt you. You start to create a new story for yourself. You start to resonate with different belief systems, because you know that going forward, you don't want everyone to look at you as being an abuse victim. You want people to just see you as who you are. Hey world, I'm Kat. Woo! That's what you want people to see. You want them to see you. You don't want them to look at you all the time and see that you're this victim. So as those things change in your life, the people that have been around you forever, basically have two choices. And this is their choice. This is where they are on their journey. But the two choices are to accept who you are now, sit there, listen, you know, maybe they'll find something that resonates perfectly with them, or they can fight it. And if they fight it, if they choose to be like, dude, I don't want you to be positive. I liked it better when you used to come over, get drunk with me, and talk about how much you hate everybody else in the world. You need to take that person and you need to be like, bye-bye. It's really hard initially because you have attachment to that person. You have memories with that person, but it's also super easy. You got to decide, are you going to love yourself, or are you going to let other people determine your worth and your value with their horrible negative comments? No, 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 no is all I have to say to all of that. And I have lost a lot of people since I started my self-love journey. And you know what? I wish them all the best in their life. I hope that all of them are well and, you know, rocking it and loving their lives. But where I am, I just no longer need them. And it's all good. You know, I needed them at that point and I don't need them anymore. And it could be the same thing for you. You might need totally new people in your life, and just allow yourself to be open to allow the right people to come into your life that you need. And the final thing that I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, number 5, would be to practice gratitude. Practice gratitude every single day, multiple times a day. Just, I can't stress this enough. There's so many things in your daily life that you can be grateful for. And when you practice this gratitude on, you know, a second to second basis, minute to minute, daily to daily, whatever it ends up being, that is one of the things that actually starts to really change your vibration, your frequency, your energy, and starts to help you resonate with totally new people. Literally be grateful for any number of things. You can also be grateful for bigger things. I'm grateful that this person held open the door for me today. That made me feel really special. I'm grateful that my significant other told me that they loved me. These are things that don't have to happen. So when they do, acknowledge that it made you happy. Gratitude is really just the acknowledgement of something bringing you joy, bringing you peace, bringing you happiness, fulfilling your life and making it better. And when we acknowledge that those things exist, we help to make more of them exist, because we are starting to see that the little things really are the big things, and the more we pay attention to those little things, they will create ripple effects that are big things. And that being said, too, feel gratitude for yourself. So when you accomplish something that you really want to accomplish, make sure that you say thank you to yourself. Make sure that you say that you're grateful that you did that. When you wake up and you do that workout that you said you were going to do, just be like, hey, I'm grateful I did that. I showed myself love today. Acknowledge those things. It's so important. So I think that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you did get something out of this video and that it resonated with you. If it did resonate with you, I would love to hear from you and the things that you do to show yourself self-love every single day. Do leave them in the comments below. Also, until the next video, please follow me on Instagram. I will link it somewhere on the screen, probably on this side, I'm going to assume. And until the next video, have a lovely day and just enjoy being unique and beautifully you and rocking it. Rock the self-love journey. You got this. I will also link a couple videos that I really love that really helped me on my self-love journey. I watch a lot of different YouTubers that have wonderful meditations and all of that. So I'm going to link a meditation for one of my favorite YouTubers. He makes amazing meditations that just make my vibration wonderful, and they just kind of put me on a totally different plane. His name is Aaron. I will, like I said, put his meditation in the description box down there. So do make sure that you follow that and help raise your vibration and just feel so amazing on your self-love journey. All right, everybody, have a lovely day. Enjoy this journey. You've got this. I believe in you. We all believe in you. Love yourselves.